you're nice and out of tune, so we're gonna fix that before we move ahead. But first of all, now I want you to watch my hand on the screen here, okay? So as I play out, and then I come on top with my pick, and my hand is right on top of those strings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Show me that. Yep, very good, right? So that technique is called staccato, which means what? Short and choppy, right? So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So and is an upstroke. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 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 Good. So that's called a shuffle strum, right? The way that that's playing, that's a shuffle, right? I'm going to pause this so I can get you in tune here. Why don't you plug in? Now, show me that E minor. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Let's go to a D now, Brodes. Now, on my D, a little thumb over the top there. Remember that? Over here. See that thumb on the top? What am I doing? I'm shutting that string up, right? 1. Now listen, play just that top string. Play. Yeah, perfect. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now that C2, do you remember that? Looks like a G. Yeah. Yeah. Now, can you bump that from underneath? Look at, see what my middle's doing? I'm bumping that from underneath, right? Look at this. There. Now, hold on. Now, look at this. I'm touching. Yeah, give a little bump there. Yeah. Good. And then, but now play the next string. See how you can hear that? So I like a little bump there, right? But here's what it is, Brodie. We just started talking about that. Have I asked this from you before? I don't think so, right? We might have. So what'll happen, right? What it is this. There's more Brodie on the way, right? You're going to be growing all the time. But what happens, we're trying to use that middle to kill that string above. So a bit more like, I like the tip of that. And then you're still touching that. So that's going to sound really good. And this needs to kind of snake behind there a little bit. There you go. Now, hold on. So I will call that C with a touch, right? Now look at this. We go all of that just that way. And then look at this. Just move that ring up. That's a, nope, yeah. So it's a B7, and you know what I call it? Come on over here. I call it B, skip, skip. See how you skip a string and you skip a string? So I'm going to call it skip, skip, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, E minor. D, and we switch. Thumb. C2 with a touch. Touch, very good. Touch. B7, slide flat. Good, skip with a touch. Where's my touch? The middle touching, bro. Yeah, that's what I mean when you hear me say touch. Good. Okay. Now, here's where we're going now. Not an E minor, but an E major, right? So look at me. I call it what? Coyotes in a tail. Remember that? Hey, yes, coyotes. And then right up there. Yeah. Now, I can say E major, right? But what I'm going to call that is tails, right? Because we have an E minor, and then we have an E major, and people are always getting it mixed up in here. So I'm like, we're going to call it what? Tails. So that, and now we won't have that staccato. That'll be. Here, I'll take that, man. And then right here now, let's look at, take that ring off for a second. We got, what do we have on there? What are these guys?
Peace Bros.
The Peace Bros, right? So we're going to flip those guys. And they, look at this, they just switch strings, right? But instead of on first fret and second fret, they're both on the second fret. And come on over here. this going to be that little B minor 7. We've done that before, but can you uninvite that with your index? With your index. Yeah, show me that. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tails. Tails, that's coyotes in a tail. Coyotes there, yep. The index is on the wrong string. Yep. G, and we switch. E, tails. Tails. That's E minor, man. There you go. That index is wrong, bro. Let's do that again. Now I'm going to call this B minor, right? It's B minor 7. I'm going to call it flip. So show me flip. Yep. And touch. Flip and touch. Where's my touch? Yep. Perfect. And then Broads, this isn't going to be staccato. This is just nice and ringing, right? And then here comes tails again. Do you remember? Tails. Coyotes in a tail. That's going to be hard for you to remember, right? G. E minor. Now nice and staccato, right? Here. Now, here's what's happening. You're going down, down, up. It's down, 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 up, down. You went down, up again. Perfect. Up, down. Here it is. Down. Let's slow that down, bros, because you just need to slow a little bit slower just so you can get that. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and D. Thumb. C2 with a touch. 3 and 4. That's up, down, bro. Go ahead. Slide flat. And skip, skip. Slower. Good, yeah. What's happening? You're just reacting, right? You're doing great, right? But I've shown you a lot of technique, and I'm not done showing you the technique yet, right? But we got a lot coming our way still. And this is kind of a simple song, but there's a couple of things that's like, whoa, I'm kind of, yeah, that's a lot to take on. Here comes that E minor. 1, 2, and we strum. Nope. 1, 2, up, down. All of those were wrong. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, here it is in. 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what we have to do, I believe that you can play this really well if we slow down more than what we're playing right now, right? So I'm going to put it on. Give me a second, man. There we go. Now, this is usually done with the capo on the 2nd fret, but I'm just tuning my computer down, right? 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3 and 4. That's not an E minor. Good. D and switch. Thumb. Very good. C2 with a touch. Slide flat, skip, skip. Ready, go. E minor. And 4 D. Thumb. 2, down, up, down. C. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4, 3 and 4, B flat. Yep. Tails, do you remember that? B flip. Yep, tails. G and switch. Not staccato. E tails. B minor 7. E tails. G. E minor. And we play. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. D chord. 1, 2. Here it is. 3 and 4. Thumb. 2. C2 with a touch. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2. Go flat. Now here comes tails after this. Ready? 1, 2, E. Flip and we flip. Good. 2. Tails and switch. Tails broke. Now G. Tails. Coyotes in a tail. Flip. Switch. E tails. G. E minor. D and switch. C2 and switch. B7. Go flat. Skip, skip. Here comes tails. That's coyotes in a tail. Flip. E tails. G and switch. Back to tails. Now a flip. That's okay, tails. Now flip again. Ready, go. Flip. E minor. D. Thumb. Thumb. C2. B7. Slide flat. Skip, skip. E minor already. Ready, E minor. B7. Skip, skip. E minor. E minor. B7. E minor coyotes. 1, 2. Now B7. Bang, bang. Now E minor. Bang, bang. Back to B7. Skip. Now E minor. 1, 2. Back. Right. 2, 3. Now E minor. B7. Skip, skip. E minor. Coyote E minor. B7. Coyote E minor. B7. Tails. So let's talk about that. Show me B7. Skip, skip. Now, coyotes, E minor. Now, leave your middle right there. Move your coyote up. Nope. Okay, come on over here. Turn your torso so I'm closer to you. Just there, right? Now you can leave that there. Why? Because it gets covered up anyway. And then you drop that under, you add your twins, that stays there. 1, 2, 3, E minor, coyotes. Just move that up. That's E minor, coyotes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then what? Skip, skip. Now E minor, coyotes. Coyotes, yep, yep. That's right. B7. You know? Skip, skip, bro. You know? Sure, yep. Now E minor, coyotes. B7, skip, skip. You know? E, coyotes. E minor, coyotes, yep. Back to B7. E minor, coyotes. gonna get there, right? Here's what I gotta say. Let's go ahead and do that guy one more time, right? I'm gonna start this video over, right? But we do have it all the way, right? But what happens is, I'm gonna slow that down. That's at 61%. Let's go and slow it down just a little more. Why? Well, slow helps you think easier, right?